Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with the latest episode of Chart Watch. And on this one, I'm going to focus primarily on some recent box sets and stuff. And obviously, the first one I need to mention is Pink Floyd and The Dark Side of the Moon, the 50th anniversary box set. Now, this has not been well received. And at the point of making this video, I have not seen any positive news about this set at all. And if I'm being completely honest, when I saw it, my first thought was, whoever sat around the table in the marketing department or whatever happened here, I can only imagine that they weren't around or had not been born by the time the 21st anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon had been released on its remastered CD, and probably weren't even in work in 2011 when the immersion set box set and that other remastered version had come out. And here we have again and again. I can imagine in the world of marketing thinking, well, that was 2011. It's 2023. It's been 12 years. People move on. The thing is that, back when you're in your early 20s or your teens, 5 years can seem a very long time because you subtract that from your age at that point and you were an early teenager, if that at all. But when you're an older music fan, it seems like no time at all. And also, Dark Side of the Moon, how many times have your average fan got it now? Because the target audience, who is this box set aimed at? It's £250, so it's unlikely to be someone who thinks, I wonder what Dark Side of the Moon is like. This is aimed at the uber fan. But the fact is, it's almost as if the price point was put together by thinking, I know, we'll charge £250, that's going to be what we want to charge. What do we need to put in it to make these people buy it again? These people, your target audience, who are supportive, who love physical media, the 15 to 20% of this area, people that buy CDs and vinyl. And we buy mixed formats, as you know. But even then, you're narrowing your focus. So what's in it? There's the video format? Is it 2 Blu-rays or 3 Blu-rays? But all of them would fit on one Blu-ray disc, looking at the content. But I guess you're thinking, if we're going to charge £250, people need to see as many discs as possible. So yes, we could put it all on one disc, but would people feel shortchanged? We do already. We'll put a remastered version of Dark Side of the Moon in on vinyl. How many times do we need to buy a remastered version of Dark Side of the Moon, which is one of the best sounding records of all time? There's nothing wrong with the 2011 version of Dark Side of the Moon. There wasn't really anything wrong with the 21st anniversary of it either, which I have on CD, and the original vinyl and the new vinyl. It doesn't. How many times? What is going to be the difference? There's also the 5.1 mix, which the SACD. And I'll go up to that 5.1 mix, and the quad version was in the immersion version box set as well, which isn't in this new box. There's a 160-page book, which is also available separately for 30 quid. The live album is also available on vinyl separately, as of course is the original Dark Side of the Moon with the poster and everything. So what is really left in here, and of course, is a remastered CD and a couple of singles, etc. And there's the Atmos, Dolby Atmos version of the disc, which is only available in this box. And how many people have got Dolby Atmos system at home anyway? I just feel that, whereas before, I think Nick Mason was very much involved in the last, the super deluxe editions, which are all CD only, The Wall, Wish You Were Here, and, and Dark Side of the Moon with all the marbles and the scarves and all the rest of it. But there's no sign at this point that Pink Floyd themselves have been involved in this. And it just feels like a cash grab. And I am very positive towards physical music in CD or vinyl. I am on this channel. I don't want to do anything to damage that, but I just think boxes like this do that all on their own. You know, you have to think, I have to think the people around that table who put this together and sent out the press release, and on the Now Spinning Magazine private Facebook forum, we've had loads and loads of comments. Not one of them is positive. Your target audience, all the people that would normally buy that, aren't going to buy it. On YouTube, all the comments, and Paul at Super Deluxe Edition, I think it's got 1.5 out of 5 in what, and he's had loads of comments. I think overall, with all the message, I've had over 100 comments, and not one of them is positive towards this release. And all of us are Pink Floyd fans, and all of us love Dark Side of the Moon. You know, think about fan first. In fact, that phrase, fan first, is in this week's Music Week magazine. You know, talking about how record companies should think of the fan first, and that's what it's all about, and community. Reach out. You know, talk to the people you're targeting. What would we like to see in the box for the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon? This isn't the case that we don't want to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon, and for younger music fans as well, but you know, whoever you are. But this is just so off target. This is so off target. You've just left a lot of bad feeling in how this is put together. And how can you do it right? A good example is Thin Lizzy's Live and Dangerous box set. It's sold out. It's sold out on the day of release. There are none left. And I can tell you, in the Now Spinning Magazine Facebook forum again, multiple copies were sold in our forum alone. You know, absolutely. Everyone was just sharing photographs of it when it arrived. Everyone bought it. You know, everyone looked forward to it. It was well put together, 8 CDs. You know, it wouldn't bother me if there was a mixed format one and there was one, you know, the classic double live album was in there. It still would have sold. The price point was right. The content was right. It was all new. And people are excited about that. They really are. And it just, you know, it saddens me that when, you know, the physical music market is worth, you know, what CDs, 125 million, 150 million for vinyl, and you go and think 250 quid for a single album. It's not like Mad Fish and the Wishbone Ash career spanning set was 250 quid, but it's full of the whole catalogue. Like Ian Hunter's, you know, Strange Reality, you know, the whole catalogue is in the box. This is one album, and most of the stuff in there, Pink Floyd fans have either already got, they've already heard, and they don't want it. Sorry. I think it's just got to be said. If you want, whoever put this together, if I've got this wrong, but you must be looking through the internet and seeing that no one is looking forward to this, and your sales projections and how many you're going to press, it's not looking good for the person who's trying to now convince the powers that be. No, seriously, take no notice of these guys. They don't know what they're talking about. Some things we do, because we're the people that love to buy this stuff, and that has not happened. Please come on to my podcast, come on to this channel and have a chat. And if I've got the wrong end of the stick, and you'll say no, look, I can show you all these figures, everyone loves it, then just I'll chat and I'll say that's fine. And sometimes something arrives, and I think maybe I've got that wrong, but I'm not going to buy this. You know, the immersion box set was what, 50 quid, £80? And yes, some people said they didn't want the marbles or the scarves, but actually it's a very good set. It's a very good set, and people bought all of them, but this is cash grab. And I've said that the Thin Lizzy one is perfect. Well put together and designed, fan first, people have bought it, it's sold out. And if you make another pressing, it will sell out again. It's fantastic. In fact, even for myself, I haven't got one yet because I was too late. But so many people, as I say, my viewers, listeners, have already bought it and they're just raving about it. Another one is the Steve Hackett live album, which someone on the group shared, showing that it's 4 albums in a normal gatefold sleeve where you're supposed to fit two vinyl albums in each pocket of a normal gatefold sleeve, and they don't quite fit. And it's, again, it's cost cutting, isn't it? Vinyl costs more money, and I've done numerous stuff on this. I understand that, but don't cut corners. People need to feel as if they're buying a quality product. So let's have a look and see exactly, what is in this box, if I possibly can bring this across. So yes, it is one of the most influential albums of all time, and it talks about how it was developed. Yeah, but we all know that, and it's not. You're not telling us anything new. The box includes a CD of Dark Side of the Moon, 50th anniversary, a 2023 master, remastered by James Guthrie. Again, gatefold sleeve. So that means it's probably one of those cheap fold-out digipacks, and a 12-page booklet, I guess, with the usual photos. Live at Wembley, Empire Pool, London 1974, gatefold sleeve, 12-page booklet, and that's been out before. A Dark Side of the Moon, the LP, remastered. There was nothing wrong with the original vinyl, was there, really? 180 gram, so is the one that's already out. It's got the posters and the stickers, so is the other one. And then you've got a vinyl version of the Live at Wembley Empire Pool, which is also available separately, so people will probably be very happy they can buy that on its own. Blu-ray Audio 1, 5.1 mix, uncompressed, stereo mix, 5.1 mix DTS, stereo mix. Blu-ray 2, Dolby Atmos mix, stereo mix, DVD audio, 5.1 remastered stereo mixes, etc. All of that would fit on one Blu-ray. 160-page book, hardcover. Lots of pictures, no doubt, available separately for about 30 quid. 70-page music book, complete songbook of the original album. Of some interest, perhaps, if you're a musician. I bet there's probably only a couple of pictures in there. Replicas of 2x7 7-inch singles. Money, Any Colour You Like, Us and Them, and Time. Plus a replica pamphlet invitation to the preview at the London Palladium. Never has an album with one of its most well-known songs called Money been so apt. Really. Okay, what else have we got here? Something that is good and looks so much better. This is a single album with its 50th anniversary, and this one is £125, and it is Wishbone Ash, the 50th anniversary of Argus, a classic album, and the fans who love Dark Side of the Moon, good chance they also love Wishbone Ash. And what do you get with this? Let's have a look. £125. Again, I could easily say that this could be cheaper, but just there's a reference point, I think, here. This has got 3 CDs comprising the Martin Turner's Argus remaster, Live at the Alexandra Palace, 1973, Live in Memphis, 1972, 4 previously unreleased early version demos, 2 LPs, the original Argus replica remastered for this release, and Argus live selected recordings from Alexandria Palace and Memphis. A DVD including French and Swiss TV footage, Live at the Rainbow 1973, an RTS broadcast from 1974, a 7-inch vinyl single of Blowing Free, and a 48-page booklet with rare photographs, extensive liner notes and contributions by Andy Powell, Martin Turner and Steve Upton. So that is, that's compared with Thin Lizzy, which is an 8-disc set, double live album for about £75, album-sized box. Wishbone Ash still doesn't come near that, but compare with Pink Floyd, really, it's completely out there. So as I always do, I talk about the actual album charts as well, and number 1 this week, which is classed as a new entry, which I'll explain in a moment, is the Courteeners, which scored their first number 1 with a reissue of a debut album. Now, it sold 19,022 copies, physical sales at 18,547. A breakdown of that is that there were 7,369 CDs, 10,197 vinyl albums, and 981 cassettes, and just 56 downloads. So this was something people wanted as a physical album. Now, it's been released before when it reached number 5 in 2018, but the album itself is actually 14 years old. So this is the 3rd time it's actually been in the charts. So it's very interesting. Fans of this band tell me, but I guess when this first came out 14 years ago, there wasn't a vinyl version available, because it's interesting that this has sold far more vinyl copies than it has with CD. So that's that's this week's Chart Watch. Yes, it's a bit of a rant about Pink Floyd and that 50th anniversary set. So I'm sorry if I went on a little bit about that, but I just feel I'm just trying to voice what I know a lot of people feel. Now, if you feel the opposite and you look at it and you think, wow, I'm getting that, then please say in the comments, absolutely, because I could be wrong. Your viewpoint is just as valid as mine. It's just that I've seen so many comments and messages across all of the platforms that Now Spinning Magazine are on, and nobody is going for this. They might go for the live vinyl. Even the book looks pretty good for 30 quid. But why can't you put stuff in the box that the fans really want? You know, you haven't got to think of everything that's ever happened, and even then, you've missed out things in the immersion set. So you still wanted people to get that as well, or you're trying to make some exclusivity. But I feel sorry for people that have got a Dolby Atmos system, and they were really looking forward to this. I imagine Dark Side of the Moon sounds fantastic through Dolby Atmos, but for 250 quid, I think the price point is all wrong, and this is not going to sell, I do not think. But well done for the people behind Thin Lizzy and Live and Dangerous. Sold out day release. You can look forward to repressing that, and it'll be fantastic. And Wishbone Ash, that does look very good. I'm a huge fan, and I'm sure there'll probably be a price drop around that when it comes about. But we shall see. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening as well on the podcast. Thank you for visiting the website. Thank you for joining the Now Spinning Facebook group as well. And I shall look forward to talking to you and seeing you on my next video.